Thank you all for joining me today on CNN 8. I'm Julius Caesar, and today is the Ides of March, and the Ides of March are awesome. Today, we're going to be talking about the weather and why it's so shocking. We've gotten reports from the oracles stating that the gods are unsatisfied with the conditions of Rome. Moving on, this week is also the Feast of Lupercal, which I'm also dressed up for. During this,
A2 Brute.
Breaking news. My name is Marcus Brutus, and the great Caesar has just been killed. Wait, Caesar, more like chopped up like a Caesar salad. Anyways, we'll get to the details about this event in the upcoming speeches spoken by Mark Antony and I.
Be patient until I've finished. Romans, fellow citizens, and friends, let me explain my reasons, and be silent so that you can hear. Judge me with your appropriate wisdom, and awake your senses so that you can judge me more accurately. If among this assembly there's any dear friend of Caesar's, I say to him that my love for Caesar is no less than his own. If friends demand why I rose up against Caesar, this is my answer. It is not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Would you prefer that Caesar was alive and you all die as slaves, or that Caesar was dead and you live as free men? Caesar loved me, so I weep for him. Caesar had good fortune, so I celebrated it. Caesar was valiant, so I honored him. But Caesar was also ambitious, so I killed him. Here are tears for his love, celebration for his good fortune, and honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who here is so lowly that he would willingly be a slave? If any, let us speak, for I have offended him. Who here is so barbaric he does not want to be a Roman? If there is any, let us speak, for I have offended him. Who here is so vile that he doesn't love his country? If there is any, let him speak, for I have offended him. I'll pause for a response.
none, Brutus, none.
Then I have not offended any of you. I have done no more to Caesar than you would do to me. His death has been recorded in the Capitol. The glories he was worthy of in his life have not been diminished, nor have the wrongs for which he has been killed exaggerated.
Oh my goodness, that makes so much more sense.
Bro, he's low-key spitting facts.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, give me your attention. I've come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Noble Brutus told you that Caesar was ambitious. If that were true, it were a grave fault, and Caesar has gravely paid for it. With Brutus's permission, for Brutus is an honorable man, they are all honorable men, I've come to speak at Caesar's funeral. Caesar was my friend, and faithful just to me, but Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms enriched us all. Did this seem like ambition in Caesar? When the poor would cry, Caesar would weep. Ambition should be made out of sterner stuff than that. Yet Brutus says he's ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all saw that during the Feast of Lupercal. I presented him with a kingly crown 3 times, which he refused 3 times. Was that ambition?
Quick! 8-second trivia. When did the brothers Romulus and Remus discover Rome? A. 753 BCE. B. 747 BCE. C. 765 BCE. Or D. 762 BCE. If you said A, raise your right hand because you are correct. The brothers Romulus and Remus founded Rome on April 21st, 753 BCE. Did you know that they would later have an argument over who would rule Rome, and Romulus would end up killing Remus, naming Rome after himself?
Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and he is surely an honorable man. I am not speaking to disprove of what Brutus said. I'm just here to speak of what I know. You all loved Caesar once, and with good cause. What reason, then, is holding you back from mourning him? You've all lost your reason!
I think what he's saying is very reasonable.
If you think about it, Caesar's been terribly wronged.
But here's a document, with Caesar's seal, which I found it in his private room. It's his will. If only you all could hear his last will and testament, which, excuse me, I do not intend to read. You would go crazy and kiss Caesar's dead body. You would dip your handkerchiefs in his sacred blood as keepsakes, beg to have one of his hairs as a memento, and leave Caesar's hair as gifts for their children.
Antony, please tell us what's in the will.
Fine. I'll tell you guys. In Caesar's will, it was promised that he would give you all 75 drachmas.
Bro, that would totally pay off my mortgage.
Bro, I know, that would totally pay off my college debt.
We've just been informed that Brutus has ran away. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'll be taking charge of this program. As you all know, Caesar has died, and we found some CCTV footage of this incident. We could see that Caesar was scrolling on his phone, and all of a sudden, a bunch of haters swarmed him. Caesar seemed confused, and out of nowhere, Casca, an employee of CNN 8, lashes out at Caesar and draws first blood. Soon after, Brutus and the other haters take turns stabbing Caesar with no remorse. After this, Caesar's body lays cold on the floor, leaving CNN 8 changed forever. We send condolences to his family and everyone affected by the situation. Now my assistant, Bartholomew, who specializes in forensics, will go in depth about the specifics of Caesar's death.
We have Bartholomew explaining the death of Caesar. Bartholomew, could you explain what damages were done on Caesar's body and what kind of weapon was used during the murder?
Yes, as you can see here, we have the great dead Caesar. He looks dead. It took 23 stabs from the daggers of the conspirators to end his life. Even though there were many stabs, I'll be describing the main stabs that were discovered. First there's Decius, who stabbed him in the leg. Then there's Trebonius, who stabbed him in the other leg. Next we have Casca, one of the main conspirators, who stabbed him in the back. And then there was Cassius. And then there was Brutus, who backstabbed Caesar. Then there was Metellus, who stabbed him in the arm. And then in the other arm, Publius stabbed him. We have found a possible murder weapon at the scene of the crime. It seems to be a curved dagger known as the Jimbaya that dates back to the Bronze Age. During this investigation, we have found some evidence of people who killed Caesar. We have found fingerprints, and we did a DNA analysis which led to these 7 suspects.
First, we have the most wanted Marcus Brutus, Caesar's good friend. Then we have Decius Brutus, who allegedly stabbed Caesar in the leg. Next, we have presented Casca, who may look friendly, but really isn't. Then Gaius Trebonius, who stabbed Caesar in the other leg. Next, we have Metellus Cimber, who needs a new shave. Then we have Publius Cornelius. Finally, we have Gaius Cassius, who may truly be anyone.
These suspects are awaiting trial, and some of them have fled the scene. If you find any of these suspects, please contact us at 1-800-882-BRUTE. That's all. Back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Bartholomew. And now for today's story that gets an 8 out of 8. We have word that there are riots that broke out on the streets of Rome. Signing over to the ghost of Caesar.
Thank you, Anthony. With these riots, there have some casualties of common citizens who have nothing to do with the death of Caesar. Someone who was affected by this was Cinna the poet. Cinna was just a humble poet who wanted to be like his ideal Shakespeare. However, due to his name being the same as one of the conspirators, the common folk thought that he was a conspirator and ended up killing him.
We the best music!
Dude, today's been crazy. I can't believe what's going on. Caesar dying, both these speeches, Brutus and Antony talking. I'm low-key starting to believe what Antony's saying.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy what's been going on today. It's like,
Wait, what's her name?
Cinna?
Wait, that's Cinna the conspirator!
I just killed Caesar, bro.
No. Cinna, like the poet?
Nah, he's
You
not.
for sure
Let's
have
get him,
it.
bro!
Let's get him, bro.
No, don't do it! Oh, no.
Alright, now I want to shout out some of you on full display. Congrats to Mrs. Altman's class. Rise up from Glenwood High School in Chatham, Illinois. Have a great day. Remember, take a stab at your dreams. Signing out, remember, that is the Eyes of March are awesome.
Caesar, more like chopped up like a Caesar salad. Anyways.
Caesar. Not to praise him. What the heck? Because he's ambitious. Oh, I just messed up. Yeah, Brutus is ambitious. Now for today's story that gets an 8 out of 8. Oh my gosh, what?
I want to shout out some of you on this full display. Ah, crap.
We'll go in depth about the specifics of Caesar's death. I'll be taking charge of this program. Ah! As you all know, Caesar has died. We have found some
Brothers Romulus and Remus discover Rome. What?